Hi everyone, I have a little more time to kill before I can fight the shadow pieces for the shadow atrium. In the last part, I acquired the sketches for the knight, the rook, and the bishop, and now I can have an area in my base where I can fight the shadow pieces. I always build this area either by the pigs or by the bunnymen. In this case, I'll build it right beside the bunnymen. If I decided to kill the shadow pieces over and over again so that I can fight the fuel weaver over and over again, I would let the pigs or bunnymen do most of the work. I'm going to cover an area beside my bunny farm with cobblestone. Much like the rest of my base now, the area is going to look very simple, but I can add whatever design to it later on if I continue playing this world. For now I just want it to be open spaced and covered in cobblestone. I'm trying to get a potter's wheel in the center of the cobblestones. It's a little difficult with the snow, but it doesn't actually matter. All the sketches that we get in the game can be given to the potter's wheel. Once a potter's wheel has learned the recipe, we can craft a chess piece or sculpture from here as often as we want. First, we have to place either one marble or one cut stone onto the potter's wheel. If I use a piece of marble, the sculpture will be colored white, and if I use cut stone, the sculpture will be colored black. I could use either, but I'd only use cut stone to start the fight with the shadow pieces. Marble is a lot more difficult to farm than stone, and I like to save marble for when I start designing the base. You have to have at least one of each kind of shadow piece to get the shadow atrium, because only after killing a different kind of shadow piece can the remaining ones level themselves up, and only level 3 shadow piece can drop the shadow atrium. Now I'm going to be getting the materials for the cobblestone flooring, which is something that anyone who has ever built a mega base in this game should be very familiar with. We need rocky turf and a lot of logs to build cobblestone tiles. Deerclop spawned again, and I should have killed all of my shadow puppets before fighting. That way I could have gotten 3 nightmare fuel. If something other than me kills them, they drop nothing. The snow is about to disappear, and that'll make it much easier for me to see the roads and use the extra speed to fight. Hitting Deerclops 4 times between dodging is pretty safe when I'm using a road. Before the game introduced disease, grass stuffs would sort of be part of the design of my base. But I had a lot of them, and it was very irritating to have to constantly keep an eye on all of them and dig them up whenever this happened. This is one of the reasons I prefer having a grass gecko farm. Of course, it's very different if there is a wicker bottom in the game. I don't think there's anything more efficient than grass stuffs, lure plants, and wicker bottom's horticulture book. So I have the cobblestone now to cover the area, and I should be ready to start the fight by the new moon of day 181. I'm going to build 2 rabbit hutches right outside of my cave entrance. Since bunnymen and bats appear at the same time of the day, from now on the rabbit hutches will keep the bats away from me and my base. I'm going to start using my construction amulets now. I want to maximize the number of weather panes I can craft from the down feathers that I've gathered. It would normally cost 10 down feathers per weather pane, but the construction amulets will cut that cost in half. I was able to craft 11 weather panes from 55 down feathers. I still had some down feathers left over, but I did not have any more volt goat horns. Even if I've been farming the goats pretty often, I only had 11. Because of how long it takes for the goats to respawn, and because of the low drop percentage, the horn can be a pretty rare item, especially if you only have one herd of goats in your world. Although I've set the place up to use the bunnies for this fight in the future, I chose to fight them without the bunnymen in the playthrough. So since it's already day 181, I'm going to first get rid of the bunnymen before the fight. If I fight the shadow pieces without the help of the pigs or bunnymen, I used to kill the bishop last. I had not actually done this fight a lot yet during the time I was playing this. The fuel weaver was still pretty new to the game, and for the longest time the shadow atrium didn't actually serve any purpose. but I've tried this fight a lot more ever since, and now as long as my character is fast enough, I would kill the rook last. The rook can be effectively kited, even at level 3, as long as I can get an additional 55% in speed. With the walking cane and the cobblestones, I actually already have that 55% additional speed, and so the rook is the one I should be killing last. But I had not yet learned that at the time when I played this, and instead I saved the bishop for last. However, in some recent games I played, I would go for the shadow atrium on day 21, and if I went for it that early, I wasn't always able to get the 55% boost in speed that I needed with some of the characters, and without the proper speed, I would still leave the bishop for last. At the start of the fight, they will be at level 1 and their damage and health will be pretty low, but as soon as you kill one of them, the remaining ones will become level 2 and that will mean a significant increase in their health and damage. After a second shadow beast is killed, the last one will become level 3 and become even stronger. If I'm going for the bishop last, I would normally just tank the rook and the knight while keeping an eye on the bishop so I could move away whenever the bishop was about to attack. But I had never done this fight before with Maxwell, and it surprised me a little to see how close I kept coming to dying. I knew that I couldn't really kite them, but I couldn't tank for very long either. I kept moving away so that I could check my health and give myself enough time to heal. I felt a lot safer when only the bishop was left, and I could more or less predict the amount of damage I'm going to take. Now all I had to do was move away before the bishop attacks, and hopefully with the help of the cobblestones, each time I move away I can limit myself to getting hit only twice. After the level 3 Shadow Beast dies, it will drop the Shadow Atrium, as well as Nightmare Fuel, a Dark Sword, and Knight Armor. That's all for now, guys. In the next part, I'll be finishing up with my base, or at least I'll have all of the stuff in my base that I tend to prioritize. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.